And a good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to Texas League Baseball. And now here's the voice of the San Antonio Missions, the one, the only, John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and a good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into our live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. It is Game 5 of our 6-game set between the visiting Midland Rockhounds and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight after the game, we urge everybody to stay in their seats because we got the best fireworks show, courtesy of our friends from West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper. Well, we got a game that is rescheduled tomorrow at 6:05 to wrap up the series. And then San Antonio heads to Amarillo for a 6-game set against the Amarillo Sod Poodles before returning home on Tuesday, June 17, to take on the Frisco Rough Riders. Go online now at samissions.com, purchase and print your tickets from home. And also follow the Missions all season long with the First Pitch app from Minor League Baseball. You can download that at any smartphone. Well, anyway, last night, we get into our pregame show right now, but last night, Bob, we have seen a lot of home runs, a lot of balls leave the yard. San Antonio winning that ball game 12-5 against Midland. And so far, now in a 2-game winning streak, winning Wednesday and Thursday games, and so far pretty good on that. Well, what's your reaction on that, Bob? And the 12-5? Huh? What? Are you paying attention? Come on, Bob. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my phone. There was something about yesterday's severe weather outbreak in Lubbock, Texas yesterday. Yes, we'll get down to that in just a minute. But I asked you a question. And anyway, we saw what the San Antonio Missions did last night. They won 12-5. They took Game 4 of this series. And now 2 more games left of the current homestand before our road travel to Amarillo. Yeah, I got to say, John, it was a pretty good one. And so far, it was a good game last night. We watched it, and it was fun. And anyway, I hope that San Antonio can win another one. They desperately need to get up there and hopefully take another game, a post-game fireworks after this evening, and so far series finale tomorrow evening at probably 4:05 first pitch, or we could do a 7:05 first pitch. But anyway, that will probably be determined once we do start this broadcast, and hopefully we'll wrap up the series after tomorrow's game, and that'll be pretty good. Yeah, Bob, and I gotta say, absolutely right. It'll be a pretty good one. Well, anyway, let's get on to the severe weather. And yes, Lubbock has seen some massive thunderstorms last night. It was around 6 o'clock last night when severe thunderstorms and 2 back-to-back tornado warnings were issued. And so far, one storm had produced an F5 just right outside the city of Lubbock. And gotta say, guys, tornado season is getting rough around this year. I mean, we know we are in the camping month of June. July and August, September could be a rural area of where we're seeing these storms. And Texas and Oklahoma, we have to watch them really closely because we've got friends and family scattered throughout Texas, and my friend in Muskogee, Oklahoma. And you know where Muskogee is. It's 2 hours east of Tulsa. And so anyway, we just got to keep an eye, and we will do severe weather safety, hopefully tomorrow, which we'll have Bark in the Park Sunday tomorrow, presented by our friends there at West Creek. And so far, we'll probably do a 4:05 first pitch tomorrow, and so far, we'll wrap up the series at that time, and that way it'd be a pretty good one. That Missions will head off to the dorms and get a good night's sleep, and then, well, firsthand, take a shower, and then go to the dorms and get ready for bed. And so far, big road travel day on Monday. Missions will get on the bus tomorrow or Monday. It'll be early Monday morning, and then they'll head to Amarillo. They'll pack the bags and head to the Sod Poodles. We're going back to Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo, and so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, we're just about set to go here in the top of the first inning for Midland, and we're going to small network. And yeah, let's take you downstairs on the beautiful Saturday night, no clouds in the sky. And just look at that, Bob, crystal clear. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. We love the crystal clear conditions. Wish we would have had some clouds in the area, but we don't have any of that tonight. Well, maybe a few clouds from time to time, but it'll be generally clear. Well, anyway, Austin Davis, a left-hander, is getting the call for San Antonio tonight. And what do we know, Bob? Well, he's got an ERA of 9, 18-2 percentage, .294 over a .125. And so far, he's been in 13 games for this year for San Antonio. Shortstop is Arabelle Angeles as he leads it off for Midland. And we are about ready to go. Here is the first pitch. And that one is in for a called strike, and we are underway. Let's go ahead, give your ball clubs. Arkansas, Corpus Christi, Springfield at Frisco, Midland at San Antonio, Amarillo at Tulsa, Wichita at Northwest Arkansas. No balls, one strike. Here's the pitch. That one is a ground hopper in front of Rojas at third. He'll flip it to Castañon, and there is one down. The visiting Midland Rockhounds starting lineups goes like this here tonight. Angeles, Halter, Nankiel will be the leadoff three. Kurtz, Trinkle, Schwartz, middle. Bolt, Swift, and McIver round out the batting order for Midland. And so far, first place in the South is the Rockhounds. Here is second baseman Colby Halter. Rockhounds in their Midland Road oranges. Just love the orange and gray pants. Halter pops that one high in the air. Third baseman Rojas has it, and there's two down. Wow, gotta say, that could have been an infield single right there, but unfortunately it was nothing else of that. Yeah, I know, Bob, and so far home plate umpires didn't think of that as well. Right fielder's Nate Nankiel. Nankiel coming in, batting in the right-hand batter's box. And he takes an inside strike, and the count now 0-1. Great home crowd on this Saturday night. Don't forget post-game fireworks after the ball game. And we'll wrap up the series tomorrow at 4:05. Here's the 0-1, and that one is blistered deep to center field. And boy, he got everything like he did yesterday. And Midland will strike first. It's a early 1-0 ball game. And the crowd and the dugout really gets things going. Yeah, that is a good home run right there for the Rockhounds. And boy, he really blistered that ball to straightaway center and 106.4 miles per hour. And the pretty much thing about it, 431 foot. And pretty good on that. That one is high in the air, and that is drifting out of play. Foul ball. 2 away, a run in to score for the Rockhounds. And a pitch. That one is high fly in the air and out of play. And the count now at 0-2. Boy, crowds are still piling in, taking their seats. We got plenty of tickets for tonight's game. And the 0-2. That one is right there out of play. And still holding on at no balls and 2 strikes. Tulsa leads Amarillo. They are the top half of the second inning. 1-0 Drillers over Amarillo. The 0-2. And, ooh, that's got to hurt. And still no play as they try to look for it. Got him in the rib. Ouch. That's got to hurt. Caden Trinkle coming in. And that one is skied to left. Fabian on his horse makes the play, and that ends the inning. But a run comes in on Nate Nankiel, solo shot to center, and he's got it going. On 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for Midland. We now head to the bottom of the first inning, and San Antonio coming to bat right after this. Bottom half of the first inning set to go for the Missions right now on the San Antonio Baseball Network. Well, right-hander Pedro Santos getting the call for Midland as he pitches on the mound for the Rockhounds. It's a four-seam fastball, cutter, a 12-6 curve.
Leading up for San Antonio, the left fielder, Albert.
And so far, pretty good on that. And the first batter up is a left fielder, Albert Fabian. And that's a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. A beautiful sunset. We got a cloud to left and center. As you can see, just a little blob right there. Just an absolutely gorgeous evening, John. Yeah, it is. Right there up the left field. That's a base hit. And that's going to get down. And looks like the leadoff batter has a double. And that right there is a San Antonio Fabian double. And that will get everybody in tonight's attendance double meat cheeseburgers, coupons courtesy of Whataburger. Batting for San Antonio is the catcher, Ethan Salas. As he takes a strike in the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Twelve to 5 last night. What a ball game that was. And pitch. Right there and in. A strike. And it's 0-2. 1-0 Midland early on here in this ball game. They got the run in. And that's going to be right there. Liner straight to left. And that's a out right there, caught by the left fielder.
The center fielder, Joshua.
And with that, let's give the San Antonio starting lineups. Fabian Salas Mears would be the leadoff three. Castagnon Campbell, Roederer middle. Rojas Cedeno and DeVries round out the batting order for the San Antonio Missions here this evening. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in and set to go. And a pitch. That one is inside, strike one. Amarillo, 2-run shot. Now leading Tulsa 2-1. And right there in the count now, 0-2.
0-2.
Boy, I gotta say, Bob had something about those thunderstorms. And a big squall line went right through Lubbock. Lubbock, Texas got some powerful storms.
The first baseman, Marco.
Same hard-hit areas will get hit tomorrow over the next 36 hours. Probably getting into the western parts and region of the Oklahoma, should I say, trying to think of that word, but Oklahoma Panhandle is what I'm looking for. No balls, one strike. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a liner straight away. Up and center. That's a base hit. They don't chance it here. Boy, in first and third as San Antonio gets runners at corner, station to station. Boy, pretty good right there. That's inside for a strike to Jacob Campbell. And the count now at 0-1. Missions back to their home whites today. Tomorrow as well. And a pitch. That is right there and in for a strike. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. And a pitch. That is right there. That's a liner. And that will tie us up right there. And here comes another run. Inside as a 2-run double. And San Antonio takes the lead back. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. San Antonio jump out front with a 2-run double by the fifth hole batter. In now is Cole Roederer, the designated hitter. So he comes in, a 0-1 count, 2 away, and a runner on second. Boy, what a beautiful line drive base hit to right field. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-2. Here we go again. A same prospect getting a 0-2 count. Then might just hit one somewhere. And right there, called third strike. He got him down looking. But Jacob Campbell comes in with a 2-run double. And San Antonio comes out on top. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left for San Antonio. Top of the second inning, and it's San Antonio 2, Midland 1. Nick Schwartz lead it off, top of 2, when we return to our broadcast. We're about set for the top half of the second inning right now for Midland on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Well, leading off for Midland, here is the number 6 batter, Nick Schwartz, as he leads it off for the Rockhounds. The first pitch by Davis, and they're going to rule that a strike right there by Tyler Owens. Well, that first base umpire, he's got the same name as a storm chaser from Twisters. Oh yeah, he sure does. That one skied to right field, and Campbell looks at it. That's going to land out of touch. Arkansas leading Corpus Christi now 1-0, top of the third there at Bayfront Park. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Slider gets him out full for a strike. And the first one goes to Davis. That will bring up Henry Bolt. Bolt coming in, ready to go, and slider inside, takes a strike, gets the count now. Well, crowd still piling in on this Saturday night. Say pretty good right there. That's in there for a count now, 0-2. Tie ball game now. Amarillo and Tulsa tied 2-2. Bottom of 2. And that one skied to the second baseman, high in the air to Cedeno. And here is 2 away.
Batting it, the third baseman, number 16, Drew Swift.
That'll bring up hot corner man for Midland, third baseman Drew Swift. Here's the pitch. That one fouled, and the count now 0-1. Northwest Arkansas leading Wichita by 1-0. Bottom of the 5th inning there at Riverboat Field. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and boy, jumping jack right there. And the count now 0-2. We've played jumping jacks, but it is also a exercise technique. Jumping jacks get your heart rate up. Then right there, pitch clock violation. The 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count now. That ball is warned on Austin Davis. And swing and a miss. Got him. He takes him down to the bullpen and strikes him out on the side. So no runs, hits, errors, and nobody left on base. 2.5 with San Antonio leading this game 2-1. And we're back here for the bottom of the second as Yendry Rojas will lead it off. All right, well, set for the bottom half of the second inning. Set to go for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Yendry Rojas first to bat, 7-8-9, due up for the bottom of two. They'll take in a strike, and the count now 0-1. A pretty good evening thus far. And that's a strike right there. The count now 0-2. San Antonio leading a run against Midland. That one skied to center field. And the center fielder will run it down. And there's one away. Nerwillian Cedeno. Really good player in the Padres organization. He was drafted back in the year 2023. And right there in the count now, 0-2. 0-1. Do apologize. I'm pulling your leg tonight, ain't I? Yeah, you're pulling people's legs on live stream, John. Yeah, I sure am, ain't I? No balls, one strike. And that one skied straight away. That is down a base hit. And boy, it's probably going to be like Demolition Derby like it was yesterday. A 12-5 ball game, which that was pretty good. No balls, one strike the count, 1 on, 1 out. Leo Dallas DeVries, the shortstop, coming in. 0-1 count, and here's the pitch. That is inside for a strike. And the count now at 0-2. Leo Dallas DeVries, one of my favorite players in the Missions lineup. And right there, a called third strike, and there's 2 down. DeVries, a pretty good shortstop. And hopefully getting a gold glove. And right there, called strike on the left fielder, Albert Fabian. He was last a 1-for-1, a double during his time up, and that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-2. Hearing the crowd saying, "Let's go, boys." And called third strike. It got him down. Fabian gets out, and the side is retired. So no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left for San Antonio. We head to the third inning, and San Antonio leads this game 2-1. Willie McIver will lead it off for Midland when we return. And yes, he does that for sure. And we'll be right back. It's 2-1 San Antonio. Top of the third inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Willie McIver leading it off. We're set to go third inning. A Saturday night as fans continue to pile in, and so far come on in and enjoy some baseball because we have it right there. Liner straightaway center in front of Joshua Mears. Blisters that one as he comes out of the bullpen, immediately sees the first pitch he sees. And what a way to get that one going, John. Yeah, for sure. Here is the leadoff batter, Arabel Angeles. Angeles coming in, ready to go. And the pitch. That is in for a strike, and the count now at 0-1. He's 0 for 1, a ground out last time up. Doing pretty good. 2-1 our score here in the third inning as San Antonio leading this game. Midland's got the tying run at first. And so far trying to tie it up. Here's the 0-2. Right there, out of play as it hits foul. Don't forget, we have one more game and it'll be our week off. Don't forget that Ben Gelman will be up in Amarillo.
No, that's high.
That one is high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mission's back home on Tuesday, June 17th, taking on the visiting Frisco Rough Riders for another 6-game homestand. Then it's back on the road after that. Right there, first strikeout. And there is the third one for Austin Davis. Colby Halter coming in. 1 out, 1 on. 2-1 ball game. San Antonio leading the run. And that's a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. Starting to see a little bit of high clouds out there near the sunset. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. And yeah, partly cloudy skies could be tomorrow. But we do have them thunderstorms coming in through next week. Yeah, for sure. Here's the 1-1. That one is skied high in the air near the mound and in front of home plate as Rojas gets in and makes the terrific catch. Here is Nate Nankiel, the right fielder, is 1 for 1, solo home run back in the first inning. He was the only home run for Midland. So far, favorite players like the third baseman and shortstop. They're pretty good on that. 0-1 the count now as Nankiel takes out a strike inside. And it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one high in the air, skied to center. Mears under it, makes the grab, and that's the inning. No runs on a hit. No errors, 1 left. 3.5 tonight. San Antonio leading the game 2-1. We're back here right after this as Ethan Salas leads it off for San Antonio when we come back. Now set for the next inning here on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. We are bottom of third as we're set to go. Ethan Salas leads us off here for San Antonio. And that one's going to get down. Liner straight away up to left field. Base hit. Well, keep it going, Ethan. You're doing pretty good. You got fans that believe in you, partner. All right there. Joshua Mears stepping in now. Yeah, I gotta say, ride the wild bronc. Yeah, you got it, Bob. Right there, the count now, 0-1. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in for the Missions. Midland look like they're fixing to ride a wild bronc, courtesy of our San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. And that's going to be right there. The second for one, and they got them both. So 2 back-to-backs, but 2 away now.
The first baseman, number 6, Marcos Castanon.
And that brings in Marcos Castanon. That was a 3-6-4 double play on that one, courtesy of Midland getting that double play. Here is Marcos Castanon. That one's skied to left. And nothing doing here in this half inning as that's a 1-2-3, and the half inning is over. No runs on a hit, no errors in, nobody left on. 4th inning coming up, San Antonio leading it 2-1. We're back here as we lead off the 4th for Nick Kurtz as he leads it off for Midland when we come back. Top half of the fourth inning set to go for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Nick Kurtz leading it off for Midland as we start up the fourth inning. The wind up the pitch. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-1 underway of the top of the fourth for Midland. And the 0-1. That one's skied into left. And that is foul. Ooh. By golly, that missed him just by a few inches. Almost having that one. That could have been an out. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. One down in this half inning, and he went after it swinging. The 0-1 is a fly out. Caden Trinkle, the left fielder, coming in for Midland. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider. By golly, just getting ugly out here. Yeah, really good strike. Yeah, gotta say, John, he's really swinging after that fastball. Yeah, he really is. Davis could be relieved after this inning. Inning number 4 could be it, and a new San Antonio pitcher will come in relief as we set the 5th inning. Right there outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. At least one prospect gets a 4 inning. And that one is lifted high in the air and out of play. The count now still remaining 1-2. Beautiful evening in San Antonio, Texas, right, Bob? I got to say, John, absolutely right. We love being here in San Antonio. And the pitch. Right there, called 3rd strike, and there's 2 away. Make that 5 strikeouts for Austin Davis. Nick Schwartz coming in as he's set to go. And a pitch. High in the air, foul, and the count now 0-1. Wish we could have had some clouds to light up the field with a orange sky tonight. Same as the Rockhounds jersey, all orange.
0-2.
Yeah, looking pretty good. No balls, 2 strikes the count to Nick Schwartz. That one skied to right field. Campbell in pursuit makes the grab. He has it. And that ends the inning. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one on for Midland. 4.5 here tonight. San Antonio leading it 2-1. Back here for the bottom of the 4th as right fielder Jacob Campbell will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back. Bottom half of the 4th inning set to go for San Antonio right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, the right fielder, Jacob Campbell, stands in, and he's set to go. Sided. And that's going to be blistered high in the air, deep to center, and that's going to be caught as that's a first pitch for an out.
The designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. Glad we play evening games because sun goes down and it's a whole lot cooler than an afternoon game. Well, it's probably going to be into the triple digits by tomorrow evening. We take our last game against Midland. And then it's off to Amarillo, then it's Frisco, then we are back on the road to take on Midland once again. We greet Midland a lot of times in 2025. And so far, it gets pretty interesting about that. And that's right there. And that's a called third strike. And that's a fifth strikeout for the Rockhounds. Well, one more 6-game set against Midland starting on July 22nd through the 27th. And pretty much that will be the last time we see the Rockhounds for the year. Second half of the season. And that's right there, and he bobbled it right there in time, and that does it. No runs, hits, errors, nobody on for San Antonio. 4 innings complete. On now to the 5th. Bolt, Swift, and McIver will lead it off for the 5th inning for Midland when we come back. Henry Bolt, first up in the order, will lead off the 5th when we come back. It's San Antonio 2, Rockhounds 1. We are top of the fifth inning, set to go for Midland right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Omar Cruz is getting in here tonight. It's a left-hander, first reliever, and he will hopefully stay a 4-inning contest. So far, pretty good on that. As he comes in to take on Henry Bolt. Starter out of the ball game. That one is hit out of play, foul, and the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Sun going down, beautiful Saturday evening. That is hit high in the air, out of play, and the count now 0-2. Beautiful evening, right, Bob? Gotta say, John, absolutely right. That one hit high in the air and out of play, foul, and the count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Right there, out of play. Boy, just still seeing a lot of foul balls through this series. The 0-2. Right there, swing and a miss. Down he goes, chasing a low fastball, and that's 1 away.
The
Third baseman Drew Swift coming in. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout. And the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-0.
1-0.
And the pitch. Right there and in, strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike the count now. 1 away, nobody on. 2-1 San Antonio. Midland trailing the run. And the pitch. Down and in, and they'll fool him there.
2-2.
So the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss right there. Back-to-back strikeouts. And that is strikeout number 7. Willie McIver coming in. He's the catcher. He's 1 for 1, single. Close game tonight. No more home runs have been scored in through the past couple of innings. San Antonio had a few on base, but they round into a double play early on. And evidently try to get more home runs
0-2.
and get the bats hot again. Yeah, that is for sure, John. Here's the 0-2. Outside. That was awfully close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. Right there, fouled away. It's foul tipped. And still hanging on at 1-2. This game is going by pretty quickly, right, Bob? Gotta say, yeah, it is. Rojas has that ball and flipped it to Castañon, and that's the inning. Well, the half inning already come and go. No runs, hits, errors, nobody on for Midland. As we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, San Antonio leads this game 2-1. Norwellian Cedeno, Leo Dallas Savries, and Albert Fabian will lead it off in the bottom of 5 when we come back. About set to go for the bottom of the fifth, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. And here's John Baker. Thank you, Bob. And here we go. Bottom of five for San Antonio. Nerwellian Cedeno coming to the plate. He hits that one high in the air, right to the center fielder. And just like the fourth inning, we see the repeat of one pitch, one out. Leo Dallas DeVries coming in. It's a 2-1 ball game. Rockhounds scored their first run. San Antonio scored their two. And that one squared high in the air. And that's two down. Boy, and the Missions getting trailed by Midland. Rockhounds, the only insurance run they have. Here is the left fielder, Albert Fabian. He comes in, and that's a liner straightaway center, so a two-out base runner keeps them going.
Now batting, the catcher, Ethan.
And here comes the manager, as that's going to do for his starter here tonight. Pedro Santos now out of this ball game. And now they'll turn it over to a reliever in the bullpen.
Now pitching for
and that'll bring in Tanner Dodson.
Tanner Dodson.
Dodson now pitching for Midland. Bright orange jerseys, Midland inscribed on the chest, the affiliation of the Ace, and a dog logo on the other side of that jersey. And that one is hit high in the air up to the right field area. The right fielder runs it, but does not get it. So no balls and one strike. 2-1 ball game, bottom of the fifth inning. Runner at first, two away. Ethan Salas, 0-1 the count. And that's going to be right there. Liner straight away up to right center field. That's going to get down a base hit. Here comes a run, and Salas has a RBI double. Double meat cheeseburger coupons courtesy of Whataburger. It's served hot and fresh for all of San Antonio. And yes, I do love Whataburger. It is the best hamburger joint that is known to all of San Antonio, and first location built was Corpus Christi, Texas during 1970. They had other locations built 1950. That is 75 years worth of business right there. No balls, one strike. Joshua Mears, runner out at second. That one skied to center. And the center fielder waits on it, and there it is. Inning over, but a run in to score by Ethan Salas on the RBI double. And it's one run on two hits. No errors. And one left on. We head to the top of the sixth, and it is 3-1 San Antonio in this ball game. Sixth inning coming up. Top half of the sixth inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Arabelle Angeles leads it off. Second inning for Omar Cruz as he comes in. The pitch. That one, ground hopper right in front of Cedeno, right there. Castañon receives it, and there's one away. One ground ball equals a ground out. Equals one away. Second baseman Colby Halter 0 for 2. 2 pop outs last time up. And the pitch, that is high fly in the air. Center fielder Mears getting into shallow left field, and that's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the sixth inning. Right fielder Nate Nankill 1 for 2. Solo home run back in the first inning. San Antonio 3, Midland 1. 2-run lead for San Antonio. Right there, Castellon cuts it off. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, hits, errors, nobody on for Midland. And we now head to the bottom of the sixth inning. Castellon, Campbell, and Roeder will be the middle three to lead it off in the bottom of 6. We're back here. When we come back, San Antonio up by 2. It's 3-1. Well, our proud sponsor of tonight's broadcast, West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper. And so far, providing our fireworks show tonight is our friends there at West Creek and good old Dr. Pepper. Leading off the bottom of the sixth inning is Marcos Castañon. Leading it off for San Antonio here in this half inning. And that one is sky to center. And he's racing after it right there at the wall. And he pulls it down, and so far, what a great way to get that going. Right fielder is Jacob Campbell. So far, starting to see a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings, but so far, San Antonio has really been in front of this lead ever since this game started. 2 down as Jacob Campbell grounds to the shortstop. And that'll bring up Cole Roederer, 0 for 2 and pretty much 2 strikeouts for him. And the pitch. That one high in the air. And they're still running after it right there in the inning. No runs, hits, errors, nobody on for San Antonio. We head to the 7th inning. And it's 3-1 San Antonio. We're back for the 7th right after these messages. Nick Kurtz, Trinkle, and Schwartz will lead it off for Midland as we approach the 7th inning. Well, about set to go for the seventh inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Nick Kurtz leading it off for Midland. And can't believe it, seventh inning already, and we're just cruising along this ball game. Yeah, for sure, John. We've really been seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings, as you said previous innings ago. And yep, that is right there. Outside, 1-ball, 1 strike. Hey, Bob, you want to do something? Yeah, sure. Well, leading off, 1-ball, 1 strike. Kurtz is getting in here. And a swing and a miss right there. The count now 1-2. He's chasing after the long fastball, and I will say that it's pretty good, even for him. 1-2. That one is a slow roller, but it rolls away foul. And the count now 1-2 to Nick Kurtz. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one skied to right field. Campbell near the wall makes the grab. Terrific play. Well, that was a terrific play, Bob. That'll bring up the left fielder, Caden Trinkle, as he comes in. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. And a pitch. That is inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh, I apologize, Bob. I was going to let you do some. Ah, okay. No balls, 1 strike. Again, I apologize. Take over, Bob. Okay, right there out the left, and that is going to be out number 2. Trinkle down. I apologize, Bob, for that. Oh, it's okay, John. We have to share. The designated hitter is Nick Schwartz. Schwartz coming in. 2 out, nobody on. That one drifted out of play, foul. And it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And right there, slice foul. The count now, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one skied right there. Cedeno after it, and he bobbled it. Oh my goodness. Right there off the glove. Almost a catch right there. And that could have been out number 3. That would have concluded this half inning. But now the tying run, Henry Bolt, is coming out. And that's going to be skied to right field. That's a base hit. And that'll put station to station. First and third, still 2 away. Henry Bolt getting on the first as he gets that beautiful play right there. Tying run at first base, and the go-ahead is Drew Swift. Swift coming on. That one is lifted high in the air. Campbell under it, and they will thwart the threat, and they'll snuff out the spark before it's even ignited. And right there, that ends the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for Midland. We head now to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's stretch time. Get up and take me up to the ball game. That is right, Bob. And yes, get up and stretch. That's always most important. Is getting up and stretching your legs or going to the bathroom or whatever you do. But get up and stretch. We head to the bottom of the 7. And San Antonio still leading 3-1. Well, hope you had a pretty good stretch inning because we're about set to go for the bottom of 7 right now on the Missions Baseball Network.
For Midland.
Well, Ben Bowden, the left-hander, is coming out.
Ben.
And on behalf of Baker J Studios and J Baker Vlogs, we apologize for making y'all wait for it. Our next half inning of baseball here is that's pretty much on the phone and stuff, but evidently we are back and ready to go. Third baseman Yendry Rojas coming in. And I know the excuses are getting very owed. I know I shouldn't be doing that during live broadcast. That's right there. Liner straight away. And that's going to get through for a base hit. Yendry Rojas goes to 2, and he's got it. And pretty good right there as he has a no-out double. He comes in. And so far, pretty good right there. Well, let's go ahead and give you scores. Amarillo leads Tulsa 6-4. San Antonio leading Midland right now 3-1. Frisco leads Springfield 8-4. It's a 4-4 tie in Corpus Christi against Arkansas. And then Northwest Arkansas just called their game against Wichita. And Naturals winning 6-4 against Wichita. So that was a 2-run game that Northwest Arkansas had won in that one. That one is a liner, but it'll drift out of play foul. The count now 0-2. Could be a win for San Antonio. It could be a win for Frisco. Those two ball clubs might just literally get going on that. That's right there. Liner straight away. And that's going to get in for a base hit. And here comes a 1-run RBI double. Norwillian Cedeno puts one. And San Antonio finally gets another run after a few innings. And San Antonio now leading this game 4-1. And you know, it's pretty good. We say it all the time. It's always good to see that and stuff. Leo Dallas DeVries coming in now. Hits that one high in the air up to left field. That is out of play. A strikeout and a fly out. 0 for 2 of the night for him. And the 0-1. Again sends it out of play. Heads to the bleachers. Look out over there. Runner on second. 4-1 San Antonio. The Mission's up by 3. Right there. Liner straight away up to left field. That will bring in a run. And in to score another RBI double. Leo Dallas DeVries hits a double to left. And a RBI comes in, making it 5-1. And here comes the manager, as that will do for the first reliever of this ball game. And he is returning to the clubhouse.
Number 15.
That'll bring in Jack Weisenberger as he comes in. 4-seam slider, 2-seam fastball coming in for Midland as he'll get the top of the 7th inning, or bottom of the 7th. I do apologize about that, but bottom of 7 and still nobody out. 2 runs in to score. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio leading 4 here tonight. 5-1 our score here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We're past the stretch right now. And that's going to be a liner. That's getting down a base hit. And run number 6 comes in across the score. And 3 RBI doubles for San Antonio here in this half inning alone. What a way to get that one going. Pretty good as they get that one back, and now San Antonio leading 5 ahead of Midland. Here is Ethan Salas as he takes a strike inside as Owen won the count, 2 for 3, a double single RBI. Boy, just a pretty good night for San Antonio. If they win this one, they're tightening the grip close to the second place position. Now, say if Frisco was getting whooped by Springfield right now, that'd be a different story to tell. Evidently, the Springfield Cardinals down by a grand slam and making it a 4-run difference in the trail.
Center fielder Joshua Mears.
Well, that'll bring up center fielder Joshua Mears. Strikeout, fly out, and a ground out is 0 for 2. And, yep, so far we are going to ask for time, and that will pretty much get us going for a little bit of a break. We'll be right back here on Texas League Baseball, bottom of the 7th inning, and we'll be right back. Back here as we lead off the bottom of the 7th inning, a 1-out going. And right now back to John Baker. Thank you, Bob. Joshua Mears coming in, a base runner at second. That one is skied high in the air. That's getting down, base hits. And that's the 7th run coming in. San Antonio now up by 6. Doing marvelous in the job well done of these hitters tonight for the Missions. That is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Runner still holding on. Marcos Castañon at bat now. It's 1 for 3, a single. Frisco leading 8-4 against Springfield. The second place people in the South Division is AA Frisco, Texas Rangers affiliation. While Midland is being trailed by the Riders and by San Antonio too. That one high in the air. And he's going to watch it sail out of here. And Marcos Castañon puts it over the fence. 2-run shot. That's a mooner. The moonshot, folks. And San Antonio now up 9-1. Boy, a pretty good night if San Antonio could get in and win this one. the likes of which they still can. Well, here comes the manager back to the mound again. We're going to have a West Crete Trail Rides pitching change. And that will do for the second reliever of this ball game, as they will pretty much get
Now
things
pitching for
going.
Midland,
Right-hander
number 30,
Stevie Manuel's coming in.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel's now pitching for Midland as we get things going. Still one away here, and Jacob Campbell coming in. That one is lifted high in the air up to left, and that one's going to hit the fence. Oh, it's a home run! Look at that! And they come out of nowhere. Right fielder Campbell gets a homer. San Antonio leading by 9. 10-1 ball game. And I don't think that they're done yet. 7 runs in to score for San Antonio. Boy, they are hitting that ball as they see it. Right there, a ground hopper right to first. They get 2 away.
Batting, third baseman, Gendry Rojas.
Yendry Rojas, the third baseman, comes up now. 1 for 3 double during the last time up of his at-bat. Well, Frisco 8-4 against Springfield. Cardinals trailing by 4. Right there, ground hopper to second. Once again, thrown out at first, and that ends the inning. 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and no one on base for San Antonio. We head to the 8th inning. San Antonio leading this game 10-1. Willie McIver coming in as we lead off the 8th inning. Straight ahead after these messages. Top half of the eighth inning set to go for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Willie McIver coming in, and Omar Cruz to look like this could be his last inning here tonight. It's a strike inside, the count now 0-1. Boy, San Antonio scoring in 7 runs on 9 hits. Or could that be 8 hits? I think I misinterpreted the hits. We're going to have to go back and see. Maybe it was 8 or 9 hits, but anyway, anywho, I really do not know. Here's the pitch right there, and that changeup gets him outfooled. And there's the first out here in the top of the 8th inning. Urabel Angeles, the shortstop, coming in. Ready to go here in this one. And the pitch. Right there, liner straight away center. And that is a runner on the first base with an out. Here is Colby Halter, breaks his bat, does not look at second. Castañon reaches high, making the grab 2 down. And that'll put a runner in scoring position. So, boy, I tell you one thing, they get in there and get the job done of preserving those outs. Well, go ahead to give you scores here tonight. Arkansas still trailing Corpus Christi by 4. Corpus Christi 8, Arkansas 4. High in the air. The center field is Joshua Mears. He makes the play, and that'll strand that runner at second. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left on for Midland. As we head down to the bottom of the 8th, San Antonio leading it 10-1. Nerwillian Cedeno leads it off for San Antonio, bottom of 8. As the Missions have 3 outs left of the evening. And then can't even talk tonight, but we're after that to the top of the 9th inning. So 3-on-3 outs for both sides. We'll give you some Texas League scores. Corpus Christi leads Arkansas 8-4. Frisco leading a big margin now. It's 12-4 for the Frisco Rough Riders. San Antonio leading this game 10-1 against Midland. Amarillo leading Tulsa 6-4. So we'll be right back as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning as Nerwillian Cedeno leads it for San Antonio when we come back. Bottom half of the eighth inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Now William Cedeno taking it over from here. So far, we are set to go. Here's the pitch. That is a slow roller to the shortstop, right the first in time, and they got him by a step. Like, starting to get a few clouds here tonight, but not that bad. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries, 1 for 3, double RBI and a run. So far, if kids want to run the bases tonight, they can run the bases. 2,230 tonight. And our attendance in our broadcast. Catch us tomorrow at 4:05 when we start. Catch us tomorrow at 4:05. Oh, do apologize about that. Bob, turn that darn thing down, will you? San Antonio leading 9. Leo Dallas DeVries, 2-1 the count now. And that's a strike. And the count now 2-2. Boy, the Rough Riders 12-4 against Springfield there at Statesman's Park. Cardinals down to their final 3 outs. And that's right there, a liner on the full count. Reaches on base. Leo Dallas DeVries being the 11th potential run. Coming in for San Antonio. Here is the left fielder, Albert Fabian.
That missed. That's a ball.
Right there, and misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 3 for 4, 2 double, single RBI, which would equal 3 runs for the left fielder for the Missions here tonight. And the pitch. That's going to be right there. Straightaway center, a base hit. Make that 12 potential runs.
Now batting, catcher Ethan Salas.
Ethan Salas coming on. And that's going to get down a base hit. And the bases are loaded now.
The center fielder, number 14, Joshua.
Well, center fielder Joshua Mears looked to do damage. That one is high in the air, deep to center. And there they go. And that's run number 11. Run in to score on the sacrifice fly. And that'll put runners first and third and 2 away now.
First baseman, number 6.
Marcos Castellon, 2 for 4 home run. Single, 2 RBIs, plus 2 runs in this one. That is lofted in the air. And that ends the inning. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, 2 left. Top of the 9th coming up. San Antonio leading this game 11-1. We're back as Nick Kurtz will lead off the 9th when we come back. Top of the 9th inning set to go for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Final 3 outs tonight for the Rockhounds. Here is Nick Kurtz as he leads it off. The pitch is inside for a called strike, and it's the count now 0-1. 11-1 here in tonight's broadcast. San Antonio leading 10 runs ahead of Midland. That one skied right there up by the mound, and Rojas will leave his post to make the play, and he's got it for the outs. Caden Trinkle, the left fielder, 0 for 3 and 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Well, so far, pretty good on that. Don't forget, Rockhound fans, your boys are back home Tuesday night taking on the Frisco Rough Riders. Frisco, do believe, starts their 12 games on the road. Their leadoff 6 in Midland, and then another week on the road as they head to San Antonio right after that. So pretty nice. 12 games on the road, and so far that will pretty much do the Rough Riders 2 weeks on the road, and they'll come back on Tuesday, June 24th, as they take on the Tulsa Drillers, which that's pretty nice, them show-offs. Yeah, I know. You're kind of upset that Tulsa and Arkansas didn't come here this year, but hopefully in 2026, that will change. Yeah, I know it, Bob. Right there, ground ball. And that's a ground hopper from Rojas to Castañon, and there's 2 down.
The center fielder, Henry.
One more out to go, and so far that'll bring up Henry Bolt. He's the last guy for Midland in tonight's ball game. And the pitch. That one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at second, 2 out. San Antonio 11, Midland 1. And that one skied to right field. This should do it. Ball game. So, the Mission's still in 3rd place tonight. The Rough Riders winning against the Springfield Cardinals. And now we've got teams in the South Division fighting over the 1st place position. And hopefully San Antonio needs to win to take 1st place tomorrow. And we'll see how that goes. So San Antonio now making it their 32nd Frisco beating the Springfield Cardinals, and it looks like they have that game well in hand, 12-5. And yes, it will be called for them as they win it by that score. But anyway, we will check on Corpus Christi and Arkansas, the final score. Boy, the Hooks get a win. So 8-4 as Corpus Christi wins that one. Well, a Mission's victory equals fireworks, and so far stadium lights going off, and yep, center field, they are watching the beautiful fireworks. Pretty good night for us here in San Antonio, and gotta say our last game tomorrow evening at hopefully 4:05 or 7:05, but hopefully we will make a decision what time that will be. I think we are getting a 7:05 start. the San Diego Padres. Amarillo is called that game. So the Sod Poodles now at 24-32 as they take that game in Tulsa. Still pretty good right there. Well, I think everybody has already finished playing the game of baseball today. And so far we have one more. And we are wrapping up the series in this one. Midland heads home. They take on Frisco after tomorrow. San Antonio heads to Amarillo. And Corpus Christi will head to Wichita. Wow. Okay, so Corpus Christi heads to Wichita. So that's pretty nice. Let's see. Tulsa taking on their neighbor team, Springfield. Arkansas taking on Northwest Arkansas. I really think I didn't leave anything else out. But anyway, pretty good night thus far as San Antonio winning this game. And by a final score final score 11-1. Well, for San Antonio, 11 runs on 17 hits, no errors. For Midland, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. Pedro Santos gets the loss. Jacob Campbell, 2 for 4, home run and 2 doubles. And Omar Cruz being the winner tonight for San Antonio. Well, anyway, we thank y'all for coming out to tonight's broadcast. And so far, we hope to see y'all again tomorrow night. And then after that, it's off to Amarillo after tomorrow night's ball game. And so far for our entire crew, we say good night from San Antonio. This has been John Baker, and we will see y'all again next time. Next time is tomorrow evening. Major look, I got you. Yeah, always getting something funny going, John. Yeah, always. Well, y'all have a good night. Drive home safely.